People are not conscious, in any direct sense, of frequencies in sound and light. Yet, without differences in frequency, there could be no speech or music, nor would there be any variations of color. HEALY is a certified combination of innovation and technology that uses individually determined frequencies to stimulate specific areas of the body. Through regular use of the selected frequency, the HEALY can support restoring your cell membrane tension to a natural level. Each frequency application is clearly displayed in the HEALY app. Just select the one that you want and feel it. The HEALY is not intended to cure, treat, or prevent disease, but rather to support energetic balance and enhance recovery, vitality, and well-being.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Friday night Cosmic Insight Live edition. I am Hillis, along with
Rebecka, Gregory here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. We have some pretty exciting guests tonight, don't we? We have two guests tonight.
Yeah, we
How
did.
fabulous is that?
Yeah, it's like a full house, literally a full house. You know, our soul sisters from other misters. But I don't know. But you know, it is what it is. I want to bring on because we're going to be talking about everything and how to connect to your source, connect to divine energy during this time, especially now on the other side of the 11/11 portal, which was yesterday, and then also going to really open up the doors and how to connect to that with prosperity and creating prosperity for yourself. And so, you know, it's going to be a long show, so I hope you guys had your caffeine, because we have my dear sister Victoria Reynolds here with us, along with Kimberly Palm, our amazing sisters. I love you guys so much. So welcome, everyone. Welcome, Cosmic Explorers. Thank you, everyone, for being here with us this evening.
Great to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with my brother from Series B, Hillis, and Rebecka, who I'm sure Rebecka and I knew each other at some point somewhere.
Oh, definitely. And how cool it is just to all four of us coming together here. You know, just what you're doing, Kimberly, what you're doing on the planet. So it's so important for everyone to get together now and have talks like this and bring the energy together to expand out to help to shift things. So thank you, ladies, for coming on. I feel so honored. So
you guys want to introduce
that's sweet. I'm honored to be here. Sure.
Yeah.
Victoria, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I didn't hear what Hillis said.
You said introduce yourself.
I can introduce myself. Hi, everybody. I'm Victoria Reynolds. I've been on Hillis's show before, so it's really fun to be back here. My students call me a spiritual luminary, so I decided to take ownership of the title. And you can find me at victoriareynolds.com. I am here on the planet for the purpose of spiritual liberation. I've known that for about the last 10 years. That is why I'm here. I help people work through their fear-based beliefs so they can rise into who they're really here to be.
beautiful.
Excellent. I'm Kimberly Palm, and I am the head of Spiritual Growth Journeys, which is, I guess, just the name of my thing that I do here, a service for humanity. I'm a spiritual teacher, certified meditation and mindfulness instructor, energy healer as well, and best-selling author of the book Ascension 101, A Roadmap for Your Soul, and The Real Fountain of Youth, an Introduction to the Peace Stress Management System. And basically what I do is I teach people how to be their own gurus, because guru is G-U-R-U, teaching you how to connect. I don't like to spoon feed all the answers to my clients. I like to empower people and give them back their sovereignty and their free will to learn how to connect to source and to their guides and angels and their higher self themselves because you have the ability to get all of the answers within you and through your connection to source. So that is one of the main things I do, and teaching people how to heal their body, mind, and spirit. That's a big part of it as well. So
Awesome. Thank you, ladies, for that awesome introduction of yourselves. And so I guess we're just going to get right into it because, it is Friday and where people, want to know what's happening on the planet right now, especially now that we are on the other side of this grand energy of this 1111 portal. However, with that being said, there's always some portal open somewhere in the universe, right? There's always something happening somewhere. And so it's up to us to really fill into that and to connect to that. And, I guess, to kick us off, so Kimberly, how can people really connect to not just this 1111 energy, but any energy, anytime, anywhere that's happening in this great universe of ours?
one word, and that's meditation. You have to learn how to quiet your mind. And meditation that I'm talking about, the description of it is quieting your mind and focusing on one thing. So maybe you're focusing on your breathing. Maybe you're focusing on listening to the birds singing outside. Maybe you're focusing on 528 hertz frequency music. Maybe you're focusing on a guided meditation and listening to the words, or maybe you're just focusing on your breath or on nothing or the spaces between your breath. So basically meditating is just quieting your mind and focusing on something, and calming and centering yourself. And it's got millions of benefits to it for your health. Well, I shouldn't say millions. It's got hundreds probably of benefits for your health and your body, mind, and spirit. But the most important thing is it's going to help you navigate all of the crazy energies with the 1111 portals and different things that are going on, and just everything happening on the earth right now. And with the ascension, the whole ascension is a real difficult process for all of our human bodies to go through, because this has never been accomplished before in a body. In the past, you had to die in order to ascend, and we're ascending in our human bodies. And so our human bodies are getting beaten up by a combination of this, the solar flares, the Schumann resonance, the ascension energies. There's like so much stuff in the energy field that's pulverizing us, daily. Then you got your 5G and your Wi-Fi and your EMFs from everything. Our bodies are just getting hit from every direction. And so one of the best ways you can navigate through the ebb and the flow of all this is by calming and centering yourself through meditation. Really important.
Yeah, and if that doesn't work, just throw everything out the window and start all over again. And what about you, Victoria or Rebecka? Any insights, you guys?
Well, so I agree with Kimberly. This time right now, it's really important that we learn how to become centered within ourselves. It's a whole different way of looking at being self-centered. And so for me, meditating is a little bit different. I do what I call a walking meditation. So I go for a walk in the morning. Now we're having my favorite time of year in Southern California, which is a Santa Ana event, which means it's actually nice and toasty. It was like 80 degrees this morning. So on days like today, I like to go out and walk on the beach and stick my feet in the water, and just, that's my space. That's where I can really tune in and really connect with Mama Gaia, as I call her, and then tune in with Source and really be present with this present that we have, this gift that is life. And that, I think that's really, really important to unplug from everything, because there's so much going on right now with what's on. It doesn't matter what media you're on, we're constantly being bombarded with information overload. And so it's really, really important for us to pull out of the information overload and tune in to our own truth. That's really the only, for me, it's the only information I trust. It doesn't matter what somebody else is throwing around. I go inside and find out what Spirit says is true for me. So yeah, so the meditation, however that is, if it's sitting guru style on the couch, like meditating, or in my case, out walking, it's about quieting your mind and just being in this beautiful space of spirit.
Yeah, it is.
And I think that's it. Just being in the I am presence, being in the presence of the divinity of who we are, no matter how. I personally, I like to meditate, and I like to meditate with my eyes open out in nature, and I'll just kind of just focus on something and just allow so many beautiful things happen that way. So I think the key is just find what works for you. But the key is just to find that presence and that insight and that divinity within. I think that's the challenge right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, there's 108 types of meditation. So what Victoria was sharing and what you're sharing, that's just one of the forms. You know, even prayer is a form of meditation. Singing, chanting is a form of meditation. There's 108 types. So there's a lot of different, you know, things. But in the end, what matters is how did you feel after you did it? Did you feel calm? Did you feel more peaceful? Do you feel centered? And people have been asking me for years, because I've been teaching meditation since 2011. And people have always said to me, how do I know I am doing it right? Or how do I know, you know, it's correct what I'm doing? And I said, well, how are you feeling while you're doing it? And how are you feeling afterwards? If you're feeling calm and peaceful, or you feel healthier, or you feel more vibrant, or, you know, you just feel just that peace, you know, just that whatever, you know, then you're doing it right. You're successful, because that's really the main goal. It's not, I tell people to stop having expectations about their meditation, just sit and do it. That's why it's called a practice, because you meditate, you practice meditation the rest of your life. It's not a perfect, and it's a practice of meditation. It's a daily practice. So you're practicing meditation, and there's no outcome to expect other than you're going to just sit, or you're going to walk in nature, or whatever it is. You're going to go put your feet in the sand or in the water, or build a sandcastle. You can meditate while building a sandcastle. I mean, there's so many different ways. In fact, sculpting, people who do sculpting art or painting, I have friends who meditate while they're painting. Sometimes I meditate while I'm washing dishes. Because that's part of mindfulness meditation. That's I'm a certified mindfulness teacher too. And, you know, being in the present moment and focusing on whatever it is you're doing right now. Like you could be building a shed out in your backyard, and you could be meditating while you're doing that. So there's
wood.
Yeah, exactly. Chop wood, or you can play piano, you can play a musical instrument. There's so many different ways that you can do it, and there's no right way or wrong way. It's just all about the end result. How are you feeling after you do it? Are you feeling like you're connected? Are you starting to get downloads now? Like, are you starting to receive downloads from source? Are you starting to hear that small voice in the back of your head giving you positive information that's helping you? You know, what is happening? What are the results in the end? And if they're positive, then it's a good thing. It's thumbs up, you know, it's all good. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I just want to take this moment, because I'm sitting here reading the comments and just learned about one of our loyal followers has injured her back. And that's why I haven't seen any comments from her. So Patty, thank you for posting that. So later on, when we get closer into the show, we're definitely going to send Miss Indigo, your wife, our dear friend and follower, definitely some healing energy for her to be well, because, you know, well, for all of you, but yes, appreciate that. And so moving forward in this, because what I find interesting now in this time, there's like all this ebb and flow. And right now, there's a lot of ebb going on in a lot of people's lives. You know, people are talking about, you know, because of this is happening or that's happening. You know, life isn't so good, life isn't so great. And it's, you know, now that, you know, we're on the flip side of this 11/11 portal, things are going to begin to shift even more so. And one of the things that I know that's been on my mind is all the well of other people's, because not only with this ebb, the shifting that's happening, the shifting that's occurring in, and now that we are, you know, in this sense of, okay, what's going to happen next? What is this thing that's going to move us into the next space to allow us to really be present, to really allow us to step into who we really are? And one of the things that crossed my mind is because, you know, to step into our sovereignty, to step into that space of inner freedom, the inner peace, you know, we have to have that security. And so one of the things I was thinking about, and I'll start with you, Victoria, is the space of financial freedom. So how do we approach that now that we are in the other side of this portal and moving out of ebb into flow, so we can now then step into our space of sovereignty, if you will.
Well, the portal actually just opened. The 1111 portal is going to be open until December 21st.
Mm-hmm.
So what's really interesting is I got this insight on Sunday, but I've never heard this before. And I've talked to a couple of other
I
people.
love new stuff.
Between 1111 and 1221 is 40 days and 40 nights.
Yes.
I never had noticed that until a couple of days ago. And Spirit said that this is a very important 40-day window. So there were a lot of people who jumped on the 11/11 window, not realizing it's actually open for 40 days and 40 nights.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next portal is December 21st, which is in the Northern Hemisphere, the return of light. That's why it's celebrated all over the planet, because the winter solstice is such a powerful, energetic day. So what we do for these next 40 days is going to lay the ground for literally for creating the new Earth reality. So one of the ways to do that is to really get clear about bringing prosperity into our lives, because the prosperity is going to be it's the groundwork. So I'm seeing like the foundation of a building. You know how you first have to put the foundation on. Bringing prosperity in is going to be the foundation that we build this new reality on. So it's really important that we get out of our own way and allow the prosperity to come in. What the reason prosperity isn't aligning with a lot of people is because of their own beliefs about money.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to change our beliefs about money in order for the money to flow into our lives. And so, and I'm speaking from personal experience, I had every irrational belief about money you can even imagine. I as you all know, I grew up in this fundamentalist religious cult, and I was actually taught to be afraid of money. I was so afraid of money, it even made me uncomfortable to say the word money.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Well, let's call it prosperity. Let's call it abundance. Let's call it currency. Let's call it anything except for money, because it was such a trigger word for me.
Yeah.
Because of all these beliefs that we have about money. And those beliefs were actually created to keep us from having money.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to be willing to look at every single one of our beliefs and say, A, is this really true? Where did it come from? Is it fear-based? Because I got to tell you, if you have a belief that's based in fear, it's false, and it's intended to keep you from discovering your own light and your own loving essence. And most of our beliefs about money are fear-based. So we have to be willing to challenge all of our beliefs. You know, the first one that comes to mind is the love of money is the root of all evil.
Mm-hmm.
People walk around. That is the biggest lie humanity's ever been told.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Money's a tool. It's who uses it. Either you're evil and you use money for evil, or you're good and you use money for good. It's just a tool.
It's not even that. If you go one step beyond that, and I keep telling people the genuine love of money is the root of all transformation. They took the meaning of the word love and twisted it.
Mm-hmm. Like everything.
Genuinely love money for the incredible gift and resource that it is.
Yeah.
We can use it to serve the highest and greatest good for all life on earth. That's twisted. What it really is the lust of money is the root of all evil.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Or worship of money. What about worship of money?
Kind of thing. And it's based in fear and greed. That's what causes what we call evil. But we have to live our understanding about all of those.
I love that you
fear of not having enough of it.
So,
it's all based in fear. It's the fear of not having enough, and the lust for having more control of it that actually causes people to act in evil, what we call evil ways. If we understand that love, it's like when you know what love really is. Love is generous. Love is kind. Love is non-judgmental. And infuse that into money, then it completely shifts that entire conversation. So we have to look at all those beliefs and reframe them. Another one that I realized a couple of days ago that I hadn't really thought of, because I was raised, with all these Christian-based beliefs about how, I grew up with the belief that God only loves poor people. I mean, to that extent. So if you had money, it meant that you were a horrible human being. And even if we made money, my dad turned it over to the church as soon as he got it, because it was like a hot potato you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Wow.
Would know better what to do with the money than we would. And so the other one that came to me a couple of days ago is one of the core beliefs in Buddhism, which is that desire creates suffering.
Mm-hmm.
That is not true.
Mm-mm.
Attachments create suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we got to flip our script about that. Desire does not create suffering. Desire is an energy that comes from the heart. It's emitted from the heart. It sends rockets of desires out into the universe to manifest that thing that our heart desires. We have to be willing to flip our script about that. We have to take a look at all of our beliefs and understand every being on the planet was intended to be prosperous.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that's created to not be prosperous. This is why I call my program the 6D money tree. Trees are the perfect example of it. Trees are all created to thrive and prosper, just as every being is created to thrive and prosper. We just have to get out of our own way.
Yes. I love that you bring this up because I had a challenge today. I received, my father just passed away a few months ago, and I received a check in the mail, and I was holding on to it, and I wouldn't cash it, I wouldn't deposit, I wouldn't, and the day I was like, I couldn't do it. And I had to sit with that, all those beliefs around money that I wasn't worthy to receive it, that the desire part came up. So I experienced everything you just talked about today that I was still holding on to.
Wow.
And I figured it out. And then I went and cashed my check, and I took the money because I wanted to receive the tangible. I didn't put it in the bank. I just, I should tell everybody that I didn't take the money.
Nobody knows where you live, right?
Nobody knows where I live. I move all the time. No, I'm going to go in another dimension. But anyhow, it's so beautiful that this is coming up tonight, because I went through that today and realizing all those little belief systems I still had around money that I thought I cleared out. I'm like, wait a minute, no. So it was just a beautiful exercise for me. And now you're talking about tonight. So I thought that was cool how, the universe does speak, and actions that come show later on in life. So anyhow, I just thought I'd share that. So thank you for bringing that up, because
that's cool.
We really have to, we call ourselves cosmic explorers, and we do have to explore especially now more than ever, to get ourselves into that clear purity of the heart, and move through all those fears that don't mean anything.
And they're all irrational beliefs. All those fear-based beliefs are completely irrational.
Yes.
And so we have to process our irrational beliefs. And what's really interesting about that, Rebecka, is you mentioned unworthiness. And I've said before that unworthiness is the greatest disease that plagues our planet. Mm-hmm. And we all have to get out of our own way. So what you did today was what I call money clutter. You dealt with your money clutter.
Yeah.
You're right. And
I was going to be an example for tonight's show.
That's a great example. And unworthiness is such an issue. That's why I wrote a book about it. I wrote this book, Own Your True Worth, specifically to get people how to recognize their beliefs of unworthiness and how to process them. We have to remember we're all worthy of every gift of the kingdom. Mm-hmm. And we just have to get out of our own way and allow ourselves to receive the gifts that we're all worthy of.
Yes.
So real quick, then this is for all three of you. As I feel like I'm a moderator tonight.
You're going to be the moderator tonight, Hillis. Hillis, you're going to moderate tonight. I'm going to be quiet.
And so what I want to ask is, and I know that we are in this new multidimensional phase of the universe, and how things are constantly moving and shifting. And so what I want to ask you guys, how can someone move and shift into a new belief system? I mean, we've been stuck and been trained in these old ways and these old beliefs. I mean, talk to me like I'm two. Help me to understand how to shift out of this.
Well, let me see. I can kind of go over how I've done it, because, okay. So with the wrong belief systems, I talk about that actually in my book, The Real Fountain of Youth, because it has to do with what we call subconscious emotional stress and belief systems. So you can actually inherit them through your DNA too, by the way. You can inherit them from your ancestors. So for example, when your grandpa has a belief that money is the root of all evil, you can actually inherit that belief without even anyone telling you. So let's say you grew up in a family that no one ever said that to you, but you got it you can get it through your DNA, and you can still have a subconscious belief that money is the root of all evil. And then you can have subconscious beliefs about it from things people have said to you since you were a child that went into the back of your head. So you may not consciously know that you have that. So here's the problem with this, if the belief systems are subconscious or are inherited from your DNA, there's only one way to clear it out, and that's with one of the healing modalities that are out there, like Psych-K or body codes or EFT or emotion codes or body talk. One of those types of things, one of those clearing type of modalities is the only way you're going to get that belief system out of your body. And I know because I've been through this in my own life and had to heal myself over and over again from different things. I've had to do all my shadow work. I've had to do all my inner child healing, all the trauma healing. I've had to do all of that. And I had a lot of inherited wrong belief systems that I got from ancestors, and those had to be cleared using Psych-K and body talk and emotion codes and body codes and all that kind of stuff. Now, if it's conscious, meaning you know what it is, so you know I have a belief that, so like let's say somebody told me I have a belief that all blondes are stupid because and I don't believe that by any means. In fact, the smartest people in my life are blondes. Okay. So I don't really believe that. I'm just using that as an example. Okay. So let's say my parents told me when I was a kid, blondes are stupid. And I know I think that, which is a conscious belief or conscious thing. The way that you can clear that, you can also use Psych-K and EFT and body codes and all that, but you can also reprogram your own brain. So what that is it's all programming. Your brain is like a computer and it's wired a certain way, and you can rewire your brains with cognitive behavioral therapy or thought replacement, which is what I had to do for myself. So the things like my body's ugly, like body dysmorphia kind of stuff. Like I hate my body, it's ugly, that kind of stuff. You have to replace it with things like I am perfect just the way I am. I love myself just the way I am. God loves me just the way I am. And it almost becomes a mantra of the opposite. So what I tell my clients usually is you write down the wrong belief, or you write down the bad thought, like I'll never be, a good one is I'll never be successful. Like your mom told you when you were a kid and everybody told you you're a loser, you're a total loser, you're a wash up, you'll never amount to anything. So you believe you're never going to amount to anything. You can replace that with I can do anything I put my mind to. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. With God, all things are possible. I'm intelligent. I am smart. I'm hardworking. I'm successful. You know, there's all these different mantras. And the thing is that in order to get rid of the old one, to get it out of your brain, you're going to have to literally retrain your brain. Every time you start to think the negative thought or the negative belief, you have to go stop. It's almost like you have to see a stop sign and you have to tell yourself to stop. And then you need to play the correct one in your head, which I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, or something like that. So you literally have to be like a professor. And this is all part of mindfulness, actually, which is what I teach people, is like watching and observing your thoughts as they come in and out of your head. And when those kind of thoughts come in, you need to stop them right away, and you need to iterate it. So it's like, nope, I'm not going there. I'm no longer going to believe I'm stupid. I now believe I am very intelligent and I'm very capable and I'm very smart. And that's what you do. And over time, after I did that for myself, because it took me years to get over this crap that was put into me. And, you know, I'm going to be 56 in a week or so here. And so I had a long lifetime of having to heal that. And so once you start working on it, it takes time. It's not going to happen in one day. It's not going to happen in a week. It's not even going to happen in a month. It could take months for you to fully reprogram your brain so that you're always focusing on the positive things instead of those negative things like money's evil and all that. Instead, you know, and the prosperity things, like instead of saying, you know, I'm so poor, I never have enough money. You know, that was my parents' swan song. They were very poor. Okay. So their swan song is anytime I wanted anything was, I'm sorry, we don't have any money. We're broke. We don't have any money. We don't have any money. And it's like, instead of saying that, it could be, I have God in the universe provides me with all my needs. Or, you know, I'm filled with abundance. I'm so grateful that my life is full of abundance. I'm so grateful that I have an abundance and prosperity and money and all my needs are being met. And those are the types of things that you reprogram with.
Yeah. Thank you, Kimberly. Victoria, Rebecka.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Welcome.
Yeah, so I agree with Kimberly. With me, I didn't use any of the other modalities. I did belief exchange, as Kimberly talked about, and even the unconscious beliefs can be brought into the conscious if you're working with a therapist who knows how to bring the unconscious beliefs into the conscious. I use self-forgiveness. That's my primary tool for getting past these irrational beliefs. And there's actually a process that I teach people. It's my transcendence process that helps people process those fear-based beliefs and flip the script into love-based truths. So, because the fear is false, right? That's deception, trying to keep us small and keeping us limited. And the truth is always loving. So it's about finding the fear-based belief and overriding it with the love-based truth. And that does take a while. So first you have to even recognize that there's an issue. The big ones are right there on the surface, right? The love of money is the root of all evil. I mean, that is so out there on the surface that everybody knows about it and everybody talks about it. And we know that it's absurd and ridiculous, but really, even as I said, reframing what the word love means helped to reframe the entire belief. And people go, oh, got it. And so that one's really easy to let go of once you realize that the word just needed to be reframed. The deeper we work on our fear-based beliefs, the more those really hidden ones start to come to the surface so that we can process them. And here's one thing that a lot of people don't know, that as Kimberly was saying, we inherit a lot of these beliefs and we don't even know that we've inherited them. Mm-hmm. That's called epigenetics. There actually is a science around epigenetics to be able to show that this is how it works. What's great about epigenetics is that they're flexible and we can change them. So we have 50% of our genetic makeup is malleable and 50% of it is solid. So I was born a blonde. I am a blonde. The only thing that's going to change that is chemistry, right? So chemistry is helping now to maintain the blonde because there's gray happening in there now. But
sparkles.
But that's a hard DNA that's not malleable.
Yeah.
A lot of our genetic makeup is malleable. So some of our diseases are malleable. We can turn the gene on, turn the gene off. Epigenetics, which is belief related, that's really easy to recognize and then turn those off. And what's great about that, once we change those beliefs, they don't get passed down to the next generation.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome.
I need to turn on the genes for my hair.
There you go.
Hey, Hillis, do you have daughters?
I have 0 kids.
Okay, because the hair gene goes from father to daughter to son.
Okay, well that makes sense because it doesn't make sense because none of my grandfathers on my mom's side were bald. None of them.
Oh wow,
that's interesting.
I thought they say it comes from mom's family too. That's so weird.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've just always been told that if a dad's got thick hair, that the daughter has thick hair and then her son does. And I've seen that in my dad had spectacular hair.
Well, somewhere along the line, they got the genes mixed up because none of my mom's grandfathers and none of my grandfathers on my mom's side or great uncles were bald. All of them died with hair.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Your mom's dad?
Can I interrupt?
No, my mom's dad, as far as I know, had hair. So yeah, my mom's dad had hair.
Oh, interesting.
Wow. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I have a message for you.
Oh,
I'm giving.
Me?
I mean, yeah, from your team.
Okay.
Yeah. So we all come back, and me as well. We come actually back when we're light workers, looking exactly how we did last time we were here. Yeah. And before that, that's actually why you're bald. It has nothing to do with your epigenetics. You're in this life, you look how you did before, which is kind of why I recognized you immediately. When the first time I ever saw you, I saw a picture of you. It was like, I know him, because we look really similar. We come back over and over again, looking like the same or looking similar. So yeah.
So true. Thank you for that, Kimberly. Thank you so much for that. And I kind of felt that only because when I was a teenager, I drew myself as an adult with no hair. And I'm like, okay.
Well, listen, so you could shine brighter. You got a little shine up there.
Yeah.
I was getting something similar with Kimberly, and that is that those of us that are star seeds, the genetic thing doesn't necessarily apply.
It doesn't apply. I don't look like anyone in my family.
Actually intentionally severed the genetic makeup with our family of origin.
Yeah, I don't have any of the health issues my family had. I have different ones. I have totally different health issues than anyone in my family had. I don't look anything like my family. Most of them are blonde hair, blue-eyed people in my family. And then the ones who are dark haired, I don't look like my features don't look like them at all. And then I came in with this really light skin, but in my last life, I had your colored skin and even darker, even slightly darker than your skin in my last incarnation. And my skin was, because our family was from northeastern India, and I had like kind of golden brown skin. So yeah. And so that was in that lifetime. But I came in this lifetime looking exactly the same, except with lighter skin, because both my parents are European with white skin. They would have thrown me out thinking I was the wrong baby or something. They would have, you know what I mean? So I came in with a slight variation, but genetically I'm so different from my parents in so many ways. So I think that's a light worker starseed thing, like a big time starseed thing, like Victoria's saying.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Growing up, we basically just
adopted. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, since we're on it,
we choose to what family to basically plop ourselves into, which is a little bit different, right?
So this is very eye-opening. I appreciate this, and since we're on this, I guess we can go ahead and open up the door for those who are watching now live with us to ask any spirit questions. So you guys, if you guys have questions for us and want to know, anything, we're here. But that's really interesting. I never thought about that because, that you look, Rebecka, do you have thoughts? Because I'm just like baffled by that right about now.
Do I have thoughts? I have so many thoughts going right now. I don't know where. I jumped away for a second. I was still back to our other conversation that we got on this because I wanted to add what we were talking about before, of clearing the belief systems and everything. That I know you guys totally agree with everything, but I'm finding now it's like almost shifting and becoming much faster to clear. And the key I am finding is to get down to that emotional response, to really get into what that trigger is inside your body, to listen to your body that allows you to roll out, to clear it out real fast. I don't know if you're finding that as well, but for me, that's what I'm finding is the key of getting down to that felt sense, that feeling inside of our body, which is that energetic hold that we're holding inside of our body to release and let that go. That I'm finding is very profound right now. And it seems to be moving much faster. Because I know the clearing and everything I've gone through, now it's just like today, it took me like 2 minutes and I had cleared all that money stuff, just moving through it. It seems like it's moving faster in this new energy that we're coming into, and how we're processing much faster because we're raising
exactly. Very true. Very true.
It's the same stuff, but it's like faster now. It's like
Yeah, but I want to add to that too, Rebecka, for those who are watching and those who are on the path to really exercising their power, their will to clear this for themselves. Some people find themselves in this pattern, so to speak. It's like, okay, I've been through that, I cleared that, and why am I feeling this again, or why is it coming up again? So do you guys have any tips for people who are in this space of reoccurring belief system that they thought was clear but obviously isn't, or taking on a new form of energy?
Well, nothing's really completely cleared. It just comes up at another level. Right. So we do the work on the surface level, and then it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's like, oh, there's that thing again. But to the point where sometimes we can laugh at it. It's like, oh, I thought I was done with that. Okay. Then you just approach it and heal it from another level. And sometimes when it comes up again, it's really painful. It's like, oh my gosh, I thought I was done with that one. But the tools and the resources to be able to deal with it and work through it on a whole nother level. So I got this visual a few years ago about this, because once we have our spiritual awakening, we start going up the spiritual spiral. Right. And so we would go up the spiritual spiral, and then we kind of plateau at like a step, sit there for a minute or however long it takes. And it's like learn, integrate, test, integrate, and then test again. Did I pass the test? No. Then you're going to sit there for a while until you do. Then it's like, okay, that did get integrated and I did pass the test, boop, and then I got to go up to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
So we might sit for a while at a plateau if we haven't finished working out whatever that is before we can move up to the next thing. So something's going to come back around again to test us to see if we've actually finished the integration work.
Exactly.
Okay.
So sometimes
You're always cleaning.
when you first wake up, it's like, woo, it starts really fast up the spiritual spiral. And then it feels like it stagnates. It's because we're still sitting in that, haven't passed the test yet. And so for me, and I'm just going to be completely transparent here, I had a real issue with codependency. It took me a long time to recognize it and to finish dealing with it. And I had to go through the point of losing my husband and my kids before I finally finished working through it.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah. Thank you for that honesty.
Yes,
thank you for sharing that with us.
I mean, fortunately, my kids have decided I'm not a horrible human being anymore. But last year, Spirit told me I needed to let everything go. And I didn't realize it wasn't because I needed to let them go, but because I needed to let go of the codependency to them. And that was really, really painful.
Yeah.
But then once you work through that process, and then you pop up to the next level, it doesn't hurt anymore. And the issue isn't there anymore. No. So one of the other things I wanted to mention really quick when we were talking about DNA is that our DNA starts turning over every 21 days. That's why they say it takes 21 days to make a habit. It also takes 21 days for those beliefs to really solidify. So if you're creating a new belief, we have to repeat it every day until it integrates. It's 21 days. Our cells actually start turning over with that new belief.
Yeah. I like that.
It focuses on neurotransmitters.
Right, the 42 days, then we get to the point after about 42 days where it's like, wow, I can't believe I ever actually believed that, because the belief actually starts to become part of our cellular makeup.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm
looking at these questions here, and somebody asked about the lack consciousness
now. So thank you for that, Victoria. So we're going to get to the questions now. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. But yes. We have our first question up from Patty. Patty, I think it's like 1 o'clock in the morning there where you are in London. So thank you for staying up and filling in for Indigo. We really appreciate your support and love. But Patty's question is, does Spirit say I'm following that path? I have some bases and I have been challenged recently. So about healing. So I guess it really depends on what it is that you're wanting to heal, Patty. But from what I feel that you're definitely on the right path, and it's just you have to allow yourself to open up, to trust what is being placed in front of you, to open up the channel for you to whatever courses, whatever energy, whatever information is being placed before you is the information that you're being asked to receive. So yeah. So Kimberly, Victoria, Rebecca, you guys want to add to that?
Yeah. So I totally want to add. So my question is, when Patty says healing, does Patty mean healing the body, your own self, or Patty wants to be a healer? So do you know what they mean by that?
Well, Indigo and Patty, is both, because they're a married couple, and Patty is a very strong, intuitive individual from what we feel on the show. So we know it's a combination of the two with Patty.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to tune in. Do you mind if I tune into their energy? So it's Indigo and Patty.
Yeah, Patty.
Patty
and
S.
Message here for
and they're in London, right? You said, or something like that. Yeah. I'm going to tune in because I want to.
Wales. They're in Wales.
Oh, are they in Wales? Oh, that's one of my bucket list places that I just have to go to. I really want to go to Wales. Okay. It's a beautiful country. So beautiful. Okay. All right. So Patty. So I'm going to tune in and see about that. So,
and Victoria, Rebecca, if you guys have anything while Kimberly's tuning in, you're more than welcome to chime in.
I'm going to let her concentrate.
Oh boy. Okay, I love this. I always love when I get these kind of answers. Okay, so Patty and Indigo are Arcturians. So before they came here to Earth, they were from Arcturus. They got their healers training there. spiritual healers training. So they are here to be healers. So they're probably going to be accepting or experiencing health challenges in their life, because I call it the healer's journey, because everybody who's here to be a healer goes through one crappy health problem after another. I mean, it's just like my whole life has been nothing since I gave birth to my children. Actually, up until I had kids, I was pretty healthy. But after that, it was like my whole body just went to hell. And that was because I chose that so that I could learn how to overcome all these things so that I can turn around and heal people. And so that's what Patty and Indigo are supposed to be doing. So all of their health challenges, they're going to learn how to heal themselves. And then through that, they're going to turn around and they're going to do healing, because their Arcturians are here to be healers. That's why that was their Earth mission of why they came to Earth. So anyway, so that's exciting. Yay, Patty and Indigo.
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
Kimberly.
You're welcome.
Victoria, Rebecca.
Yeah, I got exactly the same thing. As soon as I just popped into Patty's higher self, and it was like, well, of course, they that's why they experience. We teach what we know. So
Yeah.
we experience health issues, so they can teach about health issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the same thing.
Yeah. And then Patty even goes on to express that he cleared engrams in both ways that Kimberly and Victoria explained. I believe I cleared them to base engram. Do you have any message about this?
I don't. Do you have anything?
I don't know anything about engrams.
I've never studied it.
I've heard the word so many times, but it's not my lane. So
I've never studied it, so I don't know anything about that. I've never done. I don't have a background in that, so I can't answer it. It's one modality I haven't studied.
I have no idea about enneagrams either, but what I'm feeling for you, Patty, is that yes, and you will continue to do so, because this is the way that you tune into the energy. Is this way for you, and then this is how you unlock the door, not just for yourself, but for other people. And then once you unlock that door, you can allow yourself to go in even deeper and ride that wave of energy to help clear out any other energies that are being asked to be cleared, not just for yourself, but for those who you will work with in the future.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The enneagram is that engrams are actually one of their tools.
Mm-hmm.
Their healing tools.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anything else before we move on?
No,
Patty?
I can feel we need to move on.
Okay, awesome. So Tara, my dear, it's been a while, so thank you for hopping on tonight. Does anyone get a sense that it's time to finally release this lack consciousness? It seems like it has been here for a long time, plaguing humanity. Ladies,
That's what this portal is all about.
Absolutely. So Victoria is kind of, I guess she's kind of an expert actually in the whole quantum stuff. She's really into studying the quantum financial system and all that kind of thing, which I kind of stay away. I haven't been paying too much attention to it, but I will say one thing before I let Victoria talk about this is I believe that once that thing comes out into the world, it's going to help alleviate the lack consciousness, because up until now humans have been kept in mass poverty, and once humans start feeling how good it feels to have all your needs met and everything, they'll get used to it really fast, especially with the new ascension energies and people healing quick. Like people are being able to emotionally heal themselves a heck of a lot quicker and being able to let go of things. I don't like to use the word release because you're bringing it back, releasing it. So you want to say let go, they're letting go of their crap a lot faster now than they used to be able to do it because of all of these energies. So I think that once all of the prosperity stuff starts coming for everybody, they will get used to it really fast, and it'll be like it never happened. Like 10, 20 years from now, people will look back and it'll be like nothing, it didn't happen kind of thing, because I think we'll move through the energy really fast. What do you think, Victoria? Because you're the QFS lady. You're really into all that.
Yeah, tell us, please. No.
Yeah, well, the QFS is it's finished. It's actually been set up. It's finished setting up, and that some of the revaluation of wealth is starting to happen. Some people are already experiencing that. I can't get into details. And I also work in the quantum field. That's what my 6D money program is all about, is working with prosperity in the quantum field, which begins in the sixth dimension, or the sixth density, as Kimberly calls it. Mm-hmm. And all of that is about, when enough of us clear our beliefs about money, the money will flow to us with grace and ease. It's up to all of us energetically to open those portals for all of us to receive, so that the money doesn't just end up in the hands of a few people.
Right.
So tables are being flipped. In the past, for the past 11,000 years or whatever, the money has been in the hands of those who work in the dark and have controlled money, so that the people at the bottom can't have it. So if you imagine, I got reminded about 10 years ago what was going to happen is that, so energetically the tables turned in 2015. I got a vision of Yeshua walking through the temples and flipping the money tables. So energetically it happened years ago. It takes 2 to 3 years for things to physically manifest in our field from the time that it happens energetically. That time is actually getting closer and closer.
And just real quick, Victoria,
it's got manipulated, which is the only reason we haven't seen it.
Is that 2 to 3 years on the collective level, or
on a collective level? Oh, on a personal level, it can happen like that. Mm-hmm. You imagine it in the imaginal realm, it can happen instantly. On a collective field, it usually takes 2 to 3 years, because it takes an entire shift in consciousness for things to happen. That's why it's so important, if we're going to have this happen as a collective reality, enough of us need to clear our own money crap in order for it to happen on a collective scale. It's right now,
clear your field so we can receive.
Yes. Out of our own way. We have to, we basically, by damning money, which is what we're doing when we have these fear-based beliefs about money, we are damming our own flow. Mm-hmm. We have to break our own dam so that money can flow to us. And the more of us that do that work, the faster it will manifest for all of humanity. The window opened to receive yesterday. Right. That's why a whole bunch of us did these prosperity activations yesterday, is to get that money to start flowing. In the beginning, it's only going to go to people who have been selectively chosen for it to go to. Because if it were to flow to all of humanity right now, it would end up back in the same hands. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But just know that it's coming, and those of us that hold the vibration for receiving it will be among the first people to receive it. Mm-hmm.
Allow yourself to be open to receive.
We have to be
open.
Yep.
I'm glad I cleared my stuff this morning.
There you go. Thank you for that. That was real helpful for all of us. So thank you, Victoria.
Thank you, Victoria and Kimberly.
So next is Lisa. Oh, Lisa, we missed you so much. I would love to know if there are any messages from my team. Thank you so much.
See, Lisa. Do you guys mind if I pull an angel card for Lisa? Because I'm being told that her guardian angels have something to say to her.
Nice.
So okay.
Awesome.
Usually Rebecca's the one with the curse, but she doesn't have her curse.
I'm holding space tonight. I'm just
and actually this is actually from her guides and her angels, but this, I don't know if Lisa likes unicorns, but this is actually the deck that they told me to pick is this Magic of Unicorns deck. So it's a unicorn. It has to do with unicorns. So I'm gonna pull a card for her really quick. So give me a second, because this takes a minute.
Time.
Okay, what does Lisa Ben-Susans, what does her team want her to know? Let's see here. What does her team want her to know? Okay. Okay, cosmic diamonds spread hope and joy and illuminate the world. I'm going to hold this up. Let's see if I can get the camera to see it. It's really beautiful. It's cosmic diamond. It's number 30. And it's got this beautiful unicorn on it. And I'm going to read to you what that means. Okay, Lisa. So this is what your team wants you to know for today. Okay. Diamond is the solid form of Archangel Gabriel's light. It shimmers with purity, joy, everlasting promise, hope, and clarity. A cosmic diamond is a vast, translucent, etheric gem of great power and grace, carrying the qualities of all the color rays. When unicorns add their energy to it, it raises its frequency to the 9th dimension. Wow. When you receive this card, your unicorn and Archangel Gabriel will place a cosmic diamond over your energy field to purify you and raise your light levels. The facets of this ethereal jewel will cut away the lower energies within you. Your guidance is to call it in whenever you need clarity, hope, or inspiration. You can do this when you are walking, going about your daily business, or meditating. This is a card of higher service, and you are asked to use the cosmic diamond illuminated with unicorn energy to help others in the world. Ask Archangel Gabriel and your unicorn to place it over those individuals, communities, or even countries that are bewildered and seeking clarity. You can visualize it over situations or places where people need hope, joy, trust, and commitment. You can make a difference by picturing it over decision makers so that they make wise, inspired choices for the highest good. Wherever you send it, ask your unicorn to illuminate it so that it glitters with 1,000 rainbows to bring new optimism to the world. And then when you work with this, what you do is they have like homework here, and it says, work with the cosmic diamond, relax and be receptive. Sense or see a vast cosmic diamond above you. Archangel Gabriel is slowly bringing it down over you. It shimmers with rainbow lights. Your unicorn touches it and activates it with pure love. You rest within the diamond of purity, joy, oneness, and unconditional love. Take a few minutes to experience that, and then you send it to the people, places, and situations that need it. And then the affirmation that goes with that is a cosmic diamond surrounds me. So anyways, that's what your team wanted you to know. So
I love that. And, you know, that kind of validates what I saw in my third eye for you, Lisa, because the vision that I received was that they're cleaning your aura and cleaning out and almost like a reset, if you will. So it's just like this whole energy cleansing, but also to remind you to stay hydrated and rest. Don't force yourself to do anything that is not extraneous or that is not ready for you to do, because it's going to exert you even more than what's necessary, especially while things are being prepared for you. Yeah. Anyone else?
Now, I just wanted to point out I have like 6 decks that I use, 6 different decks, and I asked my team or their team which one they want me to pull from, and that was what her team specified for her. So, and I mean, I have all sorts of different decks here, and that was the one that they picked. So
awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. And so who do we have next? We have Bridget, yes.
And then Mickey, David.
Sorry, no, Patty wanted to know, was there, so he's filling in for Indigo, his wife. And so Indigo wants to know, is there any messages for her tonight? So not Patty, the husband.
I thought we did them together.
The message that I said was actually for both of them, because they're both from Arcturus. They both came here as, let me see if they're twin souls. Patty and Indigo twin. They're not twin flames, but they're soulmates. And then they came here from, like I said, Arcturus, and their main mission on Earth is to be healers. So that goes for both of them. So that's the only thing I had to say for both of them.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Kimberly.
Yeah.
And so for Bridget, would like to know, should I take the promotion or move to the new department?
Okay, Bridget, my summer, should she take the promotion? I'm getting that she needs to move to the new department. What do you get, Victoria?
Same thing. I was getting that it's time to try something new.
Yeah. Me as well.
Too.
There you go, Bridget.
That's the confirmation.
If all 3 of us are in unison on that, then that's the thing, man. That's it.
Yeah, all 4 of us.
Okay. Yeah. We all say move.
There you go. If that couldn't be
Move.
confirmation enough for you, yeah. But if that could snap confirmation enough for you, have 4 people giving you the same answer. So yes, it's time to move forward, Miss Bridget. Thank you everyone for that. So
And I also got with that, what brings joy to her heart? Like really step into what would bring the best joy for her heart.
yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
In making that decision.
Yeah, and sometimes promotions actually do the opposite, because my husband put off being promoted for years and years. He kept being offered promotions to management, and he kept saying, I don't want to be a manager. I don't want to be a manager. He finally gave in and took a manager promotion. And what did he do? It was horrible. It was the most stressful thing he's ever done in his life, and he couldn't wait to get the hell out of being a manager. So sometimes being promoted is not a good thing, because it comes with a lot new responsibilities and more pressures, and everybody looks at you and you get blamed. Like if you're a manager and your team screws up, guess who gets blamed for that?
Yeah, exactly. You don't want that for sure.
Yeah.
And so now we have Miss Mickey. Letting go, that's so hard, and I think about it and I tell my mind, no, go away, and I try to concentrate on something else. Am I doing it right? So she wants to know, I guess, Mickey, you want to know the process of letting go, if the best way for you to do it. So I know that you talked about that earlier, Kimberly, so if you just want to really quick just reiterate that for Mickey and maybe give her some guidance.
Yeah, Mickey, I mean, you don't have to necessarily say no, go away. You can just say stop, or you can see a stop sign, or you can say nope, not going there, and then just immediately think about the new replacement thought. And it's really that simple. It's like, nope, I did this the other day. I started thinking some horrible negative thing that came into my mind, and I literally saw a stop sign come up, and I'm like, nope, not going there. And then I'm like, nope, I'm doing this instead. And then you just talk to yourself. It's really a lot of inner chatter in your brain. You're talking to yourself. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. It's really simple. Don't try to make these things super complicated, because they're not. They're very simple. So
we're humans. We make everything difficult.
Yeah.
Such is life, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so anything from you, Victoria?
Well, it's the same kind of thing. It's just it is one is to not just tell it to go away, because it's coming up for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
To acknowledge it. It's like, okay, I hear you, and this is my new belief. So it's so what a lot of people try to do is they say, oh no, go away, I'm going to ignore you, I'm going to shove you down. But if you do that, it's just going to come back up again.
Yeah, you can claim it and acknowledge it
for a reason to get your attention. So it's important to acknowledge it. And then discover why it is coming up for your attention. Yeah.
But don't go down a rabbit hole. So with mindfulness, when the negative thing comes up, you need to acknowledge it, just like feelings. You need to claim them, and you need to feel, if you feel anger, you need to allow yourself to feel it, and you need to process through it. But then don't just go day after day focusing on the anger. You don't go down a rabbit hole with it. So you allow yourself to process through it and feel it, and you claim it. You say, damn it, I'm angry. Go punch a pillow, go get that, emotion out. But then don't just go being angry every day from the next month. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to do that. So it's really not, you do need to, like she said, you need to claim it, but then switch it out. But you need to at least acknowledge it. Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. So moving onward to David Gregory. Any messages from my posse?
Kimberly's got to get her cards out.
Okay, so David Gregory's Guides and Angels. Can I give him a card? Okay, which deck? Okay, this one. Okay, so he's getting Kyle Gray's Ascended Master deck, because that's what they want. It's an Ascended Master. It's called Keepers of the Light. It's all like Ascended Masters, and there's some angels in here too, but it's but that's who wants to speak to him. So what is the message for David Gregory from his guides and angels? Let's find out. Okay, David Gregory.
And Rebecca and I are abstaining from this particular question.
My husband.
Oh, is that your husband? Oh, how adorable. That's adorable. Okay. So this is okay. That's so cute that he came on here to ask a question. I love
in the
that.
room.
That's adorable. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is the card for David. Is there a second one? No, just this one. Okay. Kuan Yin, care and compassion. So you got Kuan Yin, care and compassion. It says, choose to be love, do what is right for everyone involved, and offer a helping hand. So let me read you from the book here what that means, David. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I think Rebecca and I know what it means already.
Okay. Kuan Yin, sometimes called, Kuan Yin, is the Bodhisattva or Buddha-like being and the goddess of mercy, compassion, and love. Though she's acknowledged in Buddhism and the traditions of China, she goes beyond all religions and warms the heart of all who call on her. She has a strong connection to healing energy, in particular Reiki, and encourages people to offer care, forgiveness, and compassion to themselves and others. Compassion is about recognizing the spirit in others. It's about seeing they come from the same source as you. The extended message here is, first of all, the keepers of the light want to acknowledge all the service and commitment you have offered to others. You are all love. If you are finding it difficult with anyone at this moment, the best way you can move forward is to go beyond wanting to understand the why or how they are the way they are, and just move beyond their behavior, mistakes, and challenges. This card brings a message of friendship and care, helping you see those that are around you do have the best intentions, even if it doesn't always seem that way. Move into compassion and develop a greater understanding. This will elevate your spirit and connection to love. So that's what they want him to know. Anyways.
Simple enough. I guess we can keep moving forward unless you have something, Victoria.
I would just say by the look on your faces that Kimberly pulled the right card.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So moving forward on to Mickey. Mickey has another question. And may I ask, would you be able to see who I was
Colette.
and how it affects my time now? Huh?
You miss Colette. False.
Oh, no, she has another question down below.
Oh, okay.
She was asking, how did she ask a question?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yes.
So when Mickey says who she was, does she mean in past lifetimes or before she came here, or?
That's what I'm feeling, Kimberly. That's what I'm feeling. She wants to know who she was before and how it affects her in this life now.
Okay, let's see if I can find out. All right, let me go into that. Mickey Michelle. Can I know what she was doing in her past lifetime? Okay. I have to ask permission. So am I allowed to look at her past life? Okay. When was her last lifetime? In the last century. 400 years ago. Where was she? What was she doing? Male 400 years ago. And does that lifetime affect this lifetime at all? Is that lifetime affecting this lifetime? Does she have any past life karma, trauma? No. Karma, past lifetime curses. So your very last life, Mickey Michelle, was a male about 400 years ago, and it has absolutely no impact on what's going on now. Whatever you did there, you cleared it up and it's good and you've moved on. So there's nothing from that lifetime impacting this one right now. That's what I'm getting. So, yeah.
That's awesome. I love how you can just do that, Kimberly. It takes me a minute to dig, but I love how you just go in and out.
I'm a psychic. It's what I do.
I mean, I'm a psychic too, but it takes me a little bit longer to dig. I guess.
Thank you. That's a compliment. I will take it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, sharp.
Yeah, exactly. I'm done. but now we're moving on to our dear sister friend Megan, who wants to know: I have an opportunity, I have a new work opportunity present itself that could potentially be the next big step. I totally fell out of the sky, and I'm feeling both lots of excitement and lots of nervousness. I would love feedback on this situation
I'm
and this
stepping away
endeavor.
from this one.
Yeah. And you know what?
Yeah, she's emotionally tied to it. That's why.
Yes, there's definitely a lot of heightened emotions around this. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna kick it off. And what I feel for you, Megan, is that you should pursue this because it's definitely going to uh, challenge you a little bit and help you step out of your comfort zone a little bit. But in doing so, there's going to be a lot of expansive growth, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, just growth. It's like growth in the 360-degree area. So it's like a big bubble of expansion for you to allow for that to happen. So put your big girl pants on and just go for it. Just do it because it's what you've been asking for. It's what you've been asking for. So do it, do it, do it.
I'm in agreement with everything that Hillis just said. So everything you just said, I would have said the same thing. So you literally said what I was thinking or what I was, yeah.
And I said that to her a couple days ago.
Yeah. So there you go. The three of us are in it. Are you in agreement too, Victoria? Yeah, I feel
she's feeling apprehension is because it's something that's entirely
because it's new. It's new. And people fear change.
The personality self is like, no, wait, it's scary.
It's change.
It's just change. That's all it is. It's just the apprehension because it is something completely new and completely different and life changing.
Yeah. It is going to be life changing, and I'm actually not seeing any red flags at all. Like I'm seeing it's going to be super positive. It's all super positive. So,
yeah.
So, can I tell a little story around this?
Interesting. Wait a minute.
What?
I know. I just got a flash that somehow.
Are you going to answer what I'm about to say?
No, because I have Megan working on something for me as well, and this is interesting. I just saw a flash that somehow this will help coincide with the side project that I have Megan working on. So, hey. We all win.
Oh, I was saying, side note, this was kind of fun. That's why I said I was so ingrained. Is because I know what she's talking about, and I saw it. And when I saw the post of which the opportunity she went for, I right away it just caught my attention. And then she called me a day later. It's like, Becky, should I do this? I'm like, that's why I fell into that. So. Just wanted to confirm that as well. So it was kind of cool. How things all
so it's 4 yeses, my dear.
4 yeses.
I feel like the judges on The Voice or on America's Got Talent. We're on America's Got Talent. You got 4 yeses.
You got 4 yeses.
Right? So moving on down to Miss.
So does that mean Hillis would be Simon Cowell?
No. No, I'm kidding. Whatever. Could be. But moving on to Colette, because she finally figured out how to ask a question. So her question is that can you repeat? So Victoria, this is for you.
Okay.
If you can repeat what you said about the 11/11 to 11/21 phase and how to best to take advantage of this time.
So there's 40 days and 40 nights between 11/11 and 12/21. Apparently, this particular window is of utmost importance, is what I'm hearing. It's not your ordinary window of opportunity. So, and it's interesting. Okay, so this is what's being shown to me right now. The two people that asked if moving into that next thing is what's right for them, that it's time for us to move out of stagnation. So the word I was hearing a few minutes ago is stuck and stagnation. So we've been stuck in this stagnation, and that this window of opportunity is an opportunity for us to all become unstuck. Like how interesting the visual I'm seeing is having our feet stuck in the mud. Like this is our opportunity to pull ourselves out of that stuckness and out of that mud. And so what I was suggesting to someone else yesterday is that in this 40-day window of opportunity to meditate for 40 days. You know, that's what Yeshua did in the 40 days.
He did. He meditated 40 days up on a mountain.
Right?
We're out in the wilderness, actually, in the wilderness.
And to meditate for the next 40 days and
yeah.
And do it's almost like turning off the news and shutting off all of the negative stuff that's coming in. So literally to shut ourselves off from all the negative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also going to be a deluge of truth coming to the surface. That's part of the feeling that I get, but it's not to allow ourselves to get sucked into it, to hold ourselves to a higher standard. And to meditate through it, to do affirmations through it. So this is a time of tremendous personal and global change.
Right. Which is why I'm teaching a meditation class live on 12/12. I think I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it on 12/12, which is a Sunday 3-hour long meditation workshop to help everybody get through all of this. And I need to add something else important, you guys. So a year ago on December 21st, we were supposed to get a great solar flash that was supposed to hit and wake everyone up. Everything's been put off like a whole year. And now I'm hearing all these psychic friends of mine saying they really believe that thing's hitting this coming December 21st. Like so many people feel like it's going to do it. So I don't know if it is or not. I'm both way. I'm 50-50 on it. I feel like maybe it will, maybe it won't. I'm not sure, but yeah, lots of people saying it may hit. So you definitely want to meditate up until that, because if that does really happen, it's going to change everything, and it's going to also heavily affect people's bodies. And some people wouldn't be able to handle it and will be leaving like in mass groves. Yeah. Their physical body won't be able to handle it.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because tomorrow I'm doing my first of light body transformation classes on WellSet tomorrow. So you guys, if you're interested, I still have a couple of slots. You guys can go there to do this light body activation. And the reason why, I'm doing this is for us to, when we are in this time of immense energy, that we, can step into this transformational space and transform our bodies into this light body and be able to receive this great energy with ease, as opposed to the cells that we have now. So, there's a purpose and the reason why, everyone, all of the light workers are doing what they're doing now, because it's important for us to step into this divinity, to step into this energy right now.
You know what else I just now got is adding to that, like Kimberly says she does meditation while she's doing dishes. There's a water aspect as well. But what I was hearing is taking hot baths and sitting in the steam rooms also to help integrate, help move this energy through. And what we're doing is also we're clearing out old stuff. So as we transmute our old beliefs, we're actually purging it from our genetic makeup. And one of the best ways to do that is through steam rooms and hot baths. We're actually purging our being.
Yeah. I have an infrared sauna, and that actually almost like microwaves you, because it goes all the way deep into your body and it heats it and it burns off anything that isn't serving you, and I just like let go all of my negative, whatever into the heat. I just let it kind of burn it away. I ask for it to burn away all the things that are not serving me. So that's another way you can do it.
I like that. Which, I never thought about, because I have an infrared blanket, and I never thought about using it that way. I just like to get in it after so infrared blanket. But I just want to take this time to thank everyone for watching and listening and being patient as we move through this time, as we, help everyone receive the information that they wanted to receive, to allow them to grow in this time, because it's 4 of us tonight, so it takes a little bit longer to get through things. And I love
and I wanted to add something that came to me while you guys were talking about that was coming to me. It's just what was coming is just, this is the foundation of the creation of our future. Absolutely. Period.
Yes. So Rebecka, you know what time it is, right?
Time for me to pack.
No,
I'm going to the mountains tomorrow. I'm like, I haven't even packed anything yet.
You know what time it is.
Sounds like fun.
What time is
it? Time for tune-up.
It's time for the tune-up. Yeah, no, actually, that's so cute.
Isn't he adorable?
He is
Anyway,
adorable.
Should I play him?
Yes,
Hold
you
on.
can play.
I got to do it because I'm a geek like that. This thing makes me laugh.
Does he have a name?
Talk to him. He repeats you.
Oh wow. That's cute.
What's his name?
I love it. I love it. So, do you want to do sound, or should we just do a group meditation tonight? What do you want to do?
I could do some sound, or if you ladies want to do something, it doesn't. What are you feeling?
I feel like receiving.
You receiving? I'll do a little sound, just a quick little buzz. Kiss little zippies up.
So I'll start like opening up the energy with the quick meditation to connect us all to the energies, and then you follow in with the sound and whatever else.
Sounds good. And then we'll call it a night. Thank you, ladies and everyone.
Thank you, guys. So, allowing the energies to connect to all those who are watching and listening. Allowing the divinity and divine balance to enter in with the golden crystal light. And those who are watching, if you want to place your hands over your heart to allow for the openness of the energies to be received.
Just put your hand on your heart and a hand on your stomach and bring yourself back home to you.
Move our as we bring energies back into balance. Move our as the divinity is balancing within us. Move our as we are all one in the divinity of the balance within and without. That was a quickie.
I felt that in my heart space. And Rebecka, I never knew that you could do frequency singing like that. That was amazeballs. I could really feel the energy, like your energy. I could feel it. Like I could really feel it. It was beautiful. Thank you. I enjoyed that.
They were right in the heart. That was all.
Wow. God, your voice. I was like, wow, you're totally my sister, because I do the same thing and I'm a trained opera singer. So
I'm not trained at all. I can't sing worth, but I can add it comes in. Don't have me sing a tune though.
That was so beautiful though. It was so awesome.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I feel so honored to get to experience that tonight. That's just
thank you. It was my honor to do it for everyone. Took me a while to step into this one.
Yeah. I appreciate it every time, and the connection that we share just makes me emotional.
Someone said Rebecka is so gifted with her frequency singing. Tara, I agree.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you are very gifted, very beautiful. Absolutely.
Thank you. It's a lot to me coming from you guys. So much. Yeah. Thank you.
And I gotta say, Kimberly, I have never heard the word amazeballs before.
I learned it from my best friend, Sarah. She was the first person I ever heard say it. And then I just started saying it and it's become a habit for me. So it's
that's great. And thank you, Rebecka. That was beautiful.
Thank you, Victoria. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank
Here's
you for
my
receiving it.
mirror.
I got this in one hand and this in the other hand.
Oh, there you go. Bringing the
Oh.
abundance to our heart.
I've got
Yes.
my rose quartz Merkaba, so that's what I
Nice.
And
always have
my
my Merkaba.
and my star sapphire with
Ooh, that's
my
beautiful.
Pretty.
with my
That's so pretty.
moon stone.
Wow, that's really nice.
Thank
Oh,
you.
pretty.
Very
Well, I
nice.
will have my pie stone tonight, so
I love it. So you guys, we're almost at
Yeah.
the end. Well,
We went
is
over.
there ever really
There's
an
never
end
an
to
end.
this? There's never an end.
Continue on.
But
I could do
Kimberly,
this with you guys for like 5 hours because I love you all so much.
right?
Oh,
We
well,
can-
maybe we'll have to
who's
do it
up
again.
for another hour? But it's just magical in how we can really connect and to allow ourselves to be the vessels of service, to allow for the energies to speak through us in whatever ways and whatever modalities and whatever information and wisdom that flows through us. So I honor both you, Kimberly, and you, Victoria, and also my amazing co-creatrix Rebecka for holding space tonight for us sharing this great abundance of information and wealth as we move forward, especially in these next 40 days. It is critical for us to shift this energy into the new humanity that we have asked for. And with that being said, so Kimberly, you first, and then Victoria, where can people get a hold of you, find you, and all things Kimberly?
Okay, so I have a YouTube channel that's Spiritual Growth Journeys, and then my website is spiritualgrowthjourneys.com, and I have all my courses on there. I do live ones and recorded ones. I'm doing a meditation one live in December, and that will be recorded, so if you can't make it, you can watch the recording over and over again later. And then I have like 4 or more other classes on there. I also have weekly women's groups, and then starting January on, I'm doing 2 private sessions a week. So that's where I'm at with that. But spiritualgrowthjourneys.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kimberly and Victoria.
People can find me at victoriareynolds.com. I have all of my books on there. I have a free gift on my website too. So if people go to victoriareynolds.com/free, they'll get a free copy of my book, Rise Up. And that is all about what's currently happening on the earth realm right now. It's a simplified guide to the Great Awakening, the Ascension, and spiritual evolution. And I guess the best part of that book is there's a chapter that's dedicated to a glossary of all the terms that are floating around right now for people to know, especially if you're newly awakening, to understand what some of the terms are that are floating around out there. And so it's everything that's happening in the world right now from a spiritual perspective. I have 3 other books on there. I have my Transcendence Process class. The next one starts in January. And then my 60 Money Tree, that is a pre-recorded program, so you can go and it's self-guided. I do a class once a month to talk about the program itself if you register for it, or it's live Q&A. And and that one's all self-taught. You can go through it at your own pace. So that's where people can find me and what I'm up to. Oh, and then I have my YouTube channel, which is Fearless and Free TV, and they'll be able to see. I think I have 100 and something episodes recorded on there.
Oh, beautiful.
I love it. Thank you, ladies, so much. And thank you, everyone, for watching with us tonight. And keep exploring. And until next week. Oh, actually, we have a couple of things happening next week, don't we? We have the new episode of recorded episode with Neil Donald Walsh next week. Amazing. And another live episode next week. So you never know what's going to happen live, you guys. So you got to tune in every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, and to get your weekly tune-up.
Sounds great. And Victoria, Kimberly, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for joining us tonight, Hillis and I here tonight, to share your knowledge and your journey and being true and authentic. So it means a lot from my heart to yours. Thank you so much, ladies.
Oh, thank you.
And thank everyone for joining in tonight. Until next time.
Keep exploring.
Keep exploring.
Bye.